Texas tonight as Indianapolis gets back to business as usual with the bubble now over. Welcome inside the Channel 13 studios on this Tuesday night. I'm Scott. We'll get with Sean in a moment to talk about this beautiful weather that we've been enjoying. And Sean's going to be tracking some rain beginning tomorrow. He'll give you the timeline. That way you can become weather aware. Let us know, Facebook friends, where you're watching tonight. Give us your city and where you're watching. We'll give you a shout out over the next 10 minutes or so that we're with you here on Facebook Live as we get you all ready for 13 News at 11 o'clock. And of course, tonight our big story, we're going to be taking a look at the mask mandate, which is now shelved, and now it is a mask advisory across the state of Indiana. So let's begin with friend of the show, Alan Carter, who joins us tonight. That's his story tonight. So, Alan, give our viewers an idea about how things are going now that the mask mandate is over across Indiana, but counties are now able to decide for themselves how they're going to go ahead and handle the masks.
That's right. If you look around Marion County, right, that's going to be the county that's still has a restriction set up. We're talking about they still have a mask mandate. But going outside of that, if you go to the donut counties, each one of those is all say that they're going to be following the governor's plan. So we traveled down south to Johnson County just to see how things were going there today. And it's not only the counties that are able to set their own guidelines, but it's also individual businesses. So if you go into a business and they say, hey, we'd still like you to wear a mask, you should do so. Obviously, there are businesses that decided that, could not wait for this mask mandate to be over, and they were walking around inside those businesses without masks, the employees as well as some of their customers as well. But really what I was interested in is would there be any contention between that, right? The governor says, hey, we're doing a mask advisory now. Stores still want someone to wear a mask when they come in. Would that cause any friction amongst customers and some of the store owners? Everything we saw was peaceful, which was a little bit surprising to me when you consider what some of the Facebook rhetoric has been lately, right? People have seemed like they'd be ready to fight over the mask. But everyone that we've talked to, there haven't been any cases of, from the businesses that I walked into, which were probably about half a dozen today, there weren't any situations where there were any arguments or anything inside stores over mask wearing or whether or not someone had walked out because they weren't comfortable, because they did not want to wear a mask or vice versa between some of those businesses. I think everyone right now is just really going by respect. And really, if you just look around, because if you go outside, obviously some of the big box stores are still requiring people to wear masks. You're talking about your Walmart, your Targets. You look around outside, it still seems like business as usual, or at least how it has been over the past several months.
Alan, as you're talking with Hoosiers and as you're talking with these business owners, how much fatigue is there in terms of wearing the mask and dealing with all the COVID pandemic restrictions? How much fatigue are people experiencing right now?
Well, I kind of got two responses when I would ask people about that, right? Obviously, we got a large number of people that said, over it, right? Throw the mask out. I'm done with these things. If I could get away with it, I can. But there were some people that said, you know what? I didn't even really realize or think about that today was the end of the mask mandate, because I've really had a mask attached to my face or one in my pocket every single place that I go. And it's almost like, so yes, there is some bouts of fatigue amongst people, but there's also another group of people that it's almost second nature at this point.
Yeah, that's good. Alan, we're looking forward to watching your story tonight as Hoosiers continue to deal with wearing masks in some places. They're required. Other places, it's an optional or encouraged practice. But we'll see you as part of our big story coverage coming up on 13 News at 11. Thanks so much, Alan, for joining us tonight here on Facebook Live. Also coming up tonight at 11, we're going to talk about the concerns that are out there about a fourth surge of positive cases across the state of Indiana. How is Indiana doing with the vaccine rollout? We're going to talk about that. And Emily Longnecker talks about Marion County's vaccine program, all part of our big story coverage coming up on 13 News at 11. All right, let's go ahead and set COVID and the masks aside for a second here on this Tuesday night. Talk about the weather. Sean, it has been just a nice roll here of just really mild, warm temperatures.
Here, man. I've been out enjoying this weather too much.
I was doing laps in the parking lot during my dinner hour just because I wanted to be outside. It's just, I've missed it, but can we get another day tomorrow out of, on a really nice day?
Temperature-wise, yes. The only difference tomorrow will be in the afternoon and the evening. Not widespread, but there will definitely be some downpours and a few thunderstorms on live Doppler 13 radar. But
Okay.
temperatures once again tomorrow are going to be flirting with 80. We came close today.
Wow.
We came close officially in Indy.
Look at that.
78. So to put it into perspective for you, that is more like a late May high temperature here.
Right, right.
About 20 above average. Now, some spots did climb above 80. Lafayette, once again, got up to 82 degrees. Shelbyville close to 80, and Terre Haute. Here's what we're forecasting tomorrow. I think we'll have very similar numbers across the board. Now, I mentioned tomorrow is the first of some opportunities of rainfall here. It's a low chance. It's 30%. Those numbers will bump up first part of Thursday. What we'll be talking about tonight at 11 and what you need to know for the weekend. I've only got 50% chance right now on Saturday. That may go up. The pattern is getting a little more active. Tomorrow's system will be the first of two upper lows that will come spinning through here. And a lot of this data that we use to put a forecast together is telling the same story for the weekend. And that is that Saturday could be a little bit on the wet side. So way too early in the game right now to call it a washout or anything like that. What I'm advising, because this is what I have to do.
Right.
You start thinking about a plan B.
Right. You didn't have to share with our viewers what the deal is
Well,
with your family.
You know, my daughter, my oldest daughter, will be 10.
Yep.
She put out her Christmas list, and you know, she didn't ask for a whole lot. One of the things she asked for was a birthday party.
Yeah.
So my wife's been putting together the outdoor birthday party. And Saturday was going to be the date.
Oh, no.
And thankfully, I didn't even want to tell her today, but I had a breakdown and say, hey, it's looking like rain could be likely on Saturday.
Right.
So,
and how did your daughter react to that?
well, no, I told my wife.
Oh,
'cause
you
I
told your wife.
I haven't talked to Sophia just yet. So the tables at the park are at least covered. So,
Okay. Well, that's good.
But as I told my wife, it's Tuesday.
Lot can change.
A lot, just like the race day forecast, right? A lot can change. We need that window over Terre Haute.
We need the window of opportunity to happen so you can celebrate Sophia.
So yeah, that's part of the plan here. But yeah, we're definitely going to keep it warm. And a good portion of tomorrow, by the way, too, Scott, is if you get out early.
Right.
I'm going to try to get some yard work done. I think my neighbors have been looking at some of my
Shaking their
weeds.
heads.
Come on, man, get out there and take it. So I'm going to try to tackle a lot of that stuff before.
Right. Let me ask you about that. In terms of planting, there's this thought here in Indiana that you don't plant a lot of flowers until after Mother's Day. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, I agree. Those, and that would be the annuals. Right. Your perennials, are going to be fine.
they're going to be fine.
We lucked out this year because we've got the house we've been in there about 5 years now. We planted a smaller magnolia tree. Okay. Which I absolutely love magnolia trees.
Nice, yeah.
Our first 2 years, the buds got crushed with hard freeze, hard frost.
Right.
This year, we have lucked out because we have some friends that have older magnolia trees, and I guess apparently they kind of bud quicker. Okay. Well, we missed, if you recall, was it last weekend? We had they had not blossomed yet.
Okay, that's good.
And we lucked out. And so I'm going to take a picture tomorrow because, man, it's just gone crazy the last 2 days. Absolutely.
Okay.
So, and it always reminds me, whenever I see it, all I can think of is Jim Nantz and the Masters.
Hey, friends.
That's right.
And we got the Masters starting this week, so we're going to hear a lot of that.
Yeah, but again, I kind of go with the Mother's Day. Wait, until, if you're going to put stuff, or unless if you're going to put it out on your front porch. Sure. You may have to bring it in occasionally.
Yeah, or cover it up in case we do get a hard freeze. All right, here are some of our Facebook friends. Susie saying, I got my first vaccine yesterday. Way to go, Susie. Wes saying hello to Sean tonight. Blaze saying hello, Scott and Sean. And Monica saying, until I've had my second shot and it's working, she's wearing her mask. And so some of the other folks joining us tonight, Kim, Lori, Kathleen, Teresa, Sharon, all watching. Faye is with us tonight. So we want to thank all of our Facebook friends for jumping online tonight and joining us to talk about all the things that we are talking about. All right, so here we are. Our city is now over the March Madness. It was a success by a lot of different measures.
Yeah.
And it was certainly fun to have the downtown area alive again. It was neat to see bars and restaurants, bringing in customers. And, after the year that they've had, it was really great to see. And Baylor is back home in Waco tonight at 11. We're going to go ahead and share some of the video from the national champions after they captured it. But this is one of the photos I wanted to show you tonight. This is the Baylor Bears, the national champions, standing in front of the JW Marriott. So they had the bracket completed. And way to go with Sport Graphics, Indianapolis-based. They're the company that put up the bracket on the side of the JW Marriott. And so there are the national champions standing out there getting that. And Baylor went ahead and were very active on social media. And we thought this was great. Talking about the national champions, a tip of the cap to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with the bottle of milk, and IMS was delighted to see that. So congratulations there to both IMS and to Baylor. And let me show you what the scene was out at the airport today. Look at that team plane getting ready to leave Indianapolis. That's a heck of a way to leave the city, isn't it?
Stated, Scott. I mean, think about this. Those, we've all been wanting sports.
Yeah. Yes,
so
we
bad,
have.
Right. So, hat tip to the players,
Right.
the coaches, the staff.
Yep.
Sports. I mean, top to bottom, to pull this thing off.
Yeah.
Only missed one game, and out of how many, tens of thousands of tests perhaps.
Right.
Very few positive.
Just a handful of positive tests.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and the teams that were in it at the end, they didn't see their families.
Right.
For so long. So it's just, and all the staff, tremendous work from everyone involved to pull this thing off.
Yeah, Downtown Indy Inc.
Yes.
Doing a terrific job.
Long list.
Yeah,
list.
I mean, they're
the front line folks. I mean, just
that's right.
Everything, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
That national anthem was so cool
Yes.
last night,
Yes.
wasn't it? With the
Yes.
healthcare heroes,
Yes.
Doing such a great job. And so, anyway, so many great memories. And is the best highlight still of March Madness the Gonzaga shot to get to the championship game?
I think that has to be. I mean, it's only
Suggs with
only one of the best games, college basketball games ever
Right.
played. But you can put that on the list of just about any sport.
And once again, Indianapolis, I think, collectively showing the world how well we do big events.
You're right.
And, look, whether it's the Super Bowl or the Final Four, or the football championship in the Big Ten, Indianapolis does big events so well. And so congratulations to everybody involved.
Don't be an unbeaten team in the Final Four coming to this city.
Doesn't work out real well,
I said last
does it?
night, it's like a graveyard for those unbeatens.
Right.
It's 3 now that have gone down in Indianapolis in the Final Four.
And, even though the 76 Indiana Hoosiers, the last team to finish a season with a championship and an undefeated record, they were very gracious ahead of time, saying that they were rooting for Gonzaga to win the game, win the championship, and finish their season undefeated. You got to believe there are some IU Hoosier fans out there that are happy that Baylor won, and it preserves IU as continuing.
I saw a lot of that on social media last night. Yeah, but I've also I've got several friends that are diehard IU fans.
Right.
And kind of said what you said. Like, hey, it's been a heck of a run.
Right.
I'm okay if the Zags join company, if you will.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you how difficult it is.
Right. Right. Well, anyway, so thank you so much, Facebook friends, for joining us tonight. We're with you every weeknight, 10 o'clock here on the Facebook page and the WTHR app. Sean and I will be joining you tonight for 13 News at 11 o'clock. Hope to see you then. Have a great evening.